Hi guys, it's Lynn here and welcome to another overwintering vlog. And in this video we're going to be bringing in the cacti and euphorbias that are not so cold hardy, the Cereus tall types and the larger ones into our grow room out the back. And we're going to be bringing in plants such as this Cereus spiralis. That's not cold hardy, these here. Also, our big tall euphorbias such as Euphorbia tyracali and big tall Cereus there, and our taller big euphorbias such as this Euphorbia triangularis and our Euphorbia sudanica there, as well as a few others. We've also got some more Cereus there and another Cereus cactus there that are going to be coming in. And all these other ones here in the polytunnel are going to be left here to overwinter, because they overwinter well in our polytunnel at around 5 to 7 Celsius, which is about 41 degrees Fahrenheit to about 45 degrees Fahrenheit. We have a heater that we set up there that comes on if the temperature drops below 5. We also have a dehumidifier that keeps the air humidity to 50% and a little bit low, about 40 to 50%, which is a necessity here in Ireland for overwintering our cacti and succulents, because it's such high humidity, especially in the winter time. And also, I'm just going to take you out into the yard. We've got our little greenhouse here and another little greenhouse that we have a lot of our other types of Cereus plants as well, and mainly a lot of Trichocereus, and they're going to be going back into the polytunnel because they're cold hardy. But we also have other types of more Cereus in there, and also some tall euphorbias at the back, and they're not cold hardy, so they're going to have to come in. And also some more different types as well, another Cereus in there also, and this Cereus as well that will need to come in because, as I say, they're not cold hardy. So that's what we're going to be doing in this video. And before going any further, I want to give a very special shout out to my wonderful friend Chris from Ted's Exotic Cacti here on YouTube. And Chris has an amazing YouTube channel dedicated to his amazing cacti and succulents, and also his beautiful exotic pets as well. And if you want to see very large cactus plants, and in particular a very large saguaro cactus unboxing video that Chris has on his channel, do go over and subscribe to Chris's channel, Ted's Exotic Cacti. Links to Chris's channel up above and down below in the video description. And thank you, Chris, for all your support. And as I say, do go and check his amazing channel out. Some amazing cacti on there. And also don't forget to subscribe to me too. So also I've made a video on how to overwinter cacti and succulents in a lot of depth, and I go into the individual types of cacti and succulents that like to be overwintered at the minimum temperatures. So do check that video out if you're new to growing cacti and succulents and it's your first year, or you just want more information on how to overwinter them in more depth. Do check that video out. I'll link that video up above and also down below in the video description. But I like to, when I do the individual vlogs, I've been doing quite a few over the past couple of weeks when I'm bringing all the cacti and succulents that are not cold hardy, that have to come into the house. I do always mention the minimum temperatures, and I'm going to be doing this as well when I bring in the individual ones. So this one here is Cereus spiralis. We've got 3 of these, got another one in our little greenhouse going to be bringing in. This is not a cold hardy. It can probably take 7, 8 Celsius at a push, but ideally it likes to be kept above 10 Celsius, 50 degrees Fahrenheit, as many of the euphorbias such as this one here. And also this one is my Martilio cactus geometrizans, commonly known as the booby cactus for obvious reasons. This again is not a cold hardy cactus, so it can't stay in the polytunnel. This has to be overwintered a minimum of 10 Celsius, 50 degrees. So we're going to be bringing in a selection of not so cold hardy bigger cacti and succulents today in today's video. Hansi's going to be in the video as well today. We're doing it together, and going to be showing you what they look like when we put them away in the grow room. And I'm just going to go and show you our little grow room now. Now here I am in the grow room here, which is a little grow room that it's a bit of a spare room we have out the back. And we bring in the taller cactus plants and the larger euphorbias, as I mentioned there, and the other types into this grow room. We have 3 grow lights. We've got 2 of the UFO grow lights from Kingbow. They're brilliant for overwintering plants, and they sort of look pretty cool as well. And then here we have, this is the Sandsea grow light bulb. I think it's the 50 watt. It's good light as well, because this room isn't in total darkness. We have a little window here that lets in a bit of sun, but obviously, especially in the winter time, it is dark, so they do need the additional light purely just to overwinter. And a lot of you have asked, how long do I leave the grow lights on? And I only leave the grow lights on for the plants for exactly the same type of day length it is naturally outside, because I don't want the plants to grow. The only plants I still keep growing are my young seedlings, because I want them to continue growing. But for example, in the winter time, and normally, so we get 6 or 7 hours at the most of light, I'll just have these lights on for that time, from about 9 o'clock in the morning to about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and then I'll just switch them off. And just enough to get the plants overwintered. The reason why I don't leave the lights on for long is I don't want the plants to grow. They're only overwintering. And to be honest with you, you can even overwinter cacti and succulents in a pretty dull room. Many people overwinter them in garages and cellars, and as long as they're kept dry and cool, no problems. But I always think a bit of extra light over the winter helps them to just keep them strong, and also I find it helps to promote flowering as well the following year. But that's only my opinion. So that's the spare room here, and now we're going to start bringing in the plants, and we're going to start with the big tall Cereus, Pilosa Cereus first. We bring all the tall ones in first, put them here, and then the smaller ones we bring towards the back. Now here's Hansi, my wonderful fiance, and we're going to start off with, as I mentioned, the tallest first. This is a Pilosa Cereus, and they can ideally like to be kept above 10 Celsius, 50 degrees Fahrenheit in the winter. And the weather's been incredibly mild here for November. Like, we're into the 3rd week, and it's 15 degrees Celsius today, 60 degree Fahrenheit for November, which is crazy, which is why I'm so late bringing in a lot of the plants this year. But obviously the weather's going to drop very, very cold from this weekend, so down to 3 Celsius overnight, so we have to bring this in. So this is the first one we're going to be bringing in. And what we're going to do, because there is quite a lot of plants to bring in, we're just going to film a few video clips of us bringing in the plants, and I'm going to show you what it looks like when it's all done. And there's Hansi lifting the first one out and putting it into the grow room.
Overwinter.
Yay! That's the first one in. The tallest of the lot we've got to bring into this grow room. And as I say, great with the grow lights there.
Lovely.
Now these are the next tallest ones. As I say, a lot of them are Trichocereus. They can be able to go back into the main polytunnel, and all the Pilosa Cereus in here and the Euphorbias, another type of not so cold hardy Cereuses, are going to be coming inside now. Now we're just bringing in some of the smaller cactus plants, these Trichocereus here, into the polytunnel because they're very cold hardy. I'm just putting things onto the table here and onto the floor because I'm going to be rearranging a lot of the plants over the next few days, and make a little video vlog when I show you rearranging. Bit of a mess as it is at the moment, things everywhere on the floor, but they'll get sorted out in the next few days. Now that's some of the ones we bought in to overwinter. Obviously I'm going to be rearranging these, putting these all on the back and rearrange them. We're just bringing everything into the grow room that has to be overwintered indoors, and then the ones that are in the middle polytunnel that can be overwintered in the polytunnel into the polytunnel. So it's a bit all everywhere at the moment. Hansi bringing it inside from the middle polytunnel into the big polytunnel here, one of our multi-stemmed Trichocereus scopulocola plants, and that's a big one here. And we've been picking in a few of the other ones that can be overwintered in the polytunnel as well. And as I say, the floor is a bit of a mess because we've got agaves on the floor, other types of Cereus plants. But as I mentioned, I'm going to be, once they're all in, I'm going to be rearranging these over the next few days and do a couple of video vlogs when I'm rearranging all the plants. And so we've got this space here as well to put some of the smaller ones on. It's going to be a very busy few days. But the priority today is just to bring the ones that can go into the polytunnel in the polytunnel, and the ones that can go into the house, into the grow room, into the grow room. Now with some of our very heavy cactus plants, this is Cereus Red Star Grandiflorus. Hans has a little trolley to wheel them on, so it saves having to lift the heavy weight of them. And this one is one that has amazing red flowers in the summer. Didn't flower this year for some reason.
Look at all the videos.
Yeah, but there's plenty of videos where it has flowered. I think where there's been very strange this year. We had a very hot summer, and then it would go cold, then hot, and I think a lot of flowers, the buds kept dropping off, but this has bloomed abundantly before in the past, so do check out a video on how this beauty looks when it's in flower. The Cereus Grandiflorus Red Star. Link to that beautiful video up above and down below in the video description. Hans is great, I have to say. And if you're not familiar with Hans, my wonderful fiance's amazing YouTube channel called Plant Daddy, do go over and subscribe to him. Links also up above and down below as well.
All right, thank you.
And so this big Cereus is growing a bit like a snake. I know that what you can do, if this does happen to your cactus, give a bit of advice now. There's two things you can do. One is leave it. I love to leave it because I like to see them growing like that, because I'm just weird. I love weird looking cactus. But you can also cut it back here. These are all the pups. And I think maybe it hasn't been flowering as well because it's been producing loads of pups, because I repotted it a couple of years ago and the energy's been going into making more pups rather than flowers. But you can cut it down at the base and repropagate this top bit, and more pups will grow around where you've cut it. Or as in this case, you can just leave it. I like to leave it, but you can do what people often say, they have bendy cactus, and what can they do? Well, you can cut it and treat it as a cut-in, cut it back. You know, cacti are like normal plants, you can prune them, but I recommend doing that in the spring and the summer. I wouldn't recommend doing it at this time of year.
How they grow in the habits, you know?
Yeah, that's how they grow in their natural habitats, I always think. So yeah. Leave them to bend and twist as much as they want. Yeah. The little trolley for moving the big cacti. It's like a little cactus train. Cactus choo-choo train. Now we're moving our lawnmower that we have in here in the spring and summer months. So that's going, now there's space in our little greenhouse for this to go. And then it gives us more space in the polytunnel to put the ones we're overwintering in here. And Hans is getting this huge Cereus here. Cereus peruvianus. We've got 3 different varieties in this huge big pot here, and Hans has got the cactus trolley.
The blue one here,
yeah, this is the blue version of the Cereus peruvianus, yes. And this one is one I've had an extremely long time.
Isn't it lovely?
Oh, it's good. Look at the spines on that, guys. It's awesome. And this double-headed one here,
2.5 inch.
Oh, you know, it's amazing. I've had probably for about 27 years. So amazing specimen. And Hans is going to be wheeling this out now. Hans is a star, bringing that on the big cactus trolley because they weigh an absolute ton. So I say this big Cereus peruvianus in this big pot here is going to be overwintered in the polytunnel, as it's, say, Cereus is very cold hardy. Whew, guys. Just one left here in this little middle greenhouse to bring in one big tall Euphorbia, and just a few more left in the tiny greenhouse. Gosh, it's exhausting, guys. And as I say, we've brought in the ones that can overwinter in the polytunnel here. It's a little bit of a mess, as you can see, lots of plants on the floor. Plants just put here for now. But I've got these trays. This table's going to be free and this one free. So over the next few days, I'm going to be removing all these plants off, giving the trays a good clean, putting all the smaller plants on here, rearranging them all, and rearranging all these plants here. So it means there's a free runway here when we come in and out the polytunnel in the winter. And also I've got a little white table for working on, doing little plant jobs during the winter. And I'm just going to show you this, one of my lovely crassulas in beautiful flower. I've got quite a few winter flowering succulents. That's really, really gorgeous. Doesn't look the best because it's just on the floor at the moment with a lot of other things, but that's going to be going, it's in a hanging basket, it's going to be lifted up, and lots more coming into beautiful bloom as well. And I've got my big old Slumbergera truncata, I always mention this, so the first flower is still flowering away, and lots more buds on the way. Woohoo! That's all the not so cold hardy large cactus plants brought inside this little grow room to overwinter for the winter months. And as you can see, there's quite a few different ones there, Cereus, different ones as well. Acantha Cereus, which is this one here and this one here, and also other types of not so cold hardy ones. And Euphorbias, the large Euphorbias we've got here in the corner, lots of different varieties of Euphorbia. And if you want to know, it would take me too long to label all the different types, and it'd be very difficult to understand as well. So if you see a particular Euphorbia or cactus here that you want to know the name of, just let me know at what part of the video you see it and describe it briefly, and I can give you the correct name, because I have names for the majority of these. And good to see these are all going to overwinter here now. Cool and dry. So this is our little grow room. We don't have the heating on in here, but it keeps roughly about 15 Celsius, about 60 degrees Fahrenheit, which these not so cold hardy ones prefer that type of temperature, and they're going to overwinter very well in here. So, as I say, the next few days I'm going to be rearranging the polytunnel, putting all the ones we bought in there, tidying up, getting that all done. And we've still got all the epiphyllums outside in the yard because it's 60 degrees Fahrenheit today. It's been very mild, nice and dry and bright, so they can stay out for a little bit longer before I'm going to be bringing them into the polytunnel. And lots, there's going to be probably 2 or 3 more overwintering vlogs coming up. And I hope you enjoyed the bringing the cactus plants and euphorbias in, guys. Oh my gosh, I'm exhausted now. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I've got lots more tips and tricks on how you can care for and grow cacti and succulents. Please do subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to click the notification bell so you can be notified when I upload new videos. You can also follow me on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook at Desert Plants of Avalon. And for more growing tips on how you can care for and grow cacti and succulents, then also do check out the many growing tips I've got on my website, desertplantsofavalon.com. I want to send you loads of love, heaps of happiness, and tons of crazy cactus and succulent plant power from across the Emerald Isle. And until my next video, bye!